Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and open the ports for our Postgres server so that it can accept our request. Yeah, so we have to open port so that the app server can speak to our Postgres server so it can accept our request. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go to Firewall, then we'll, that's for all requests that's coming to this device. We want to allow that port. So we'll just say new rule, then we'll say port. Let's go and get the port. So we'll come to his dev profile 5432. Come and set it over here. Yeah, just keep everything constant, TCP, keep everything constant, then allow connections. Then we click allow, then just say Postgres DB server. So that's the port on that. That's the application on that port or the server on that port. All right, so with that done, we'll just go ahead and test again. It says connected, so which is fantastic. So which means that it has been open. So to do that now, let's just go and push our project and build a new and trigger a new um, pipeline build. So what we'll do is that we'll go to our source code and we'll fix an issue that we identified, which was with the error handling. We're trying to find out if our page or application was up. So that's when we are trying to find out what the issue was with our problem. So we'll go to add controller, then we'll create a ping page. When we do create a ping page, we'll create a ping template. See, um, add ATM, call it ping.atm. Yeah, so we just put this here and call it ping. And we just see each one ping. That's fantastic. That's fine. And what we can do is that we can actually comment what we've done. So we've installed the ping page on it. So showing get bash. Then just say get add and say get commit. Then we just say install ping page for the website uh, availability and just do git push origin master. So I'm triggering a new build. We are trying to trigger a new build. So we deploy and see if our database can speak to um, our application can speak to our database. Sorry, if our database server will respond. So we go our Jenkins pipeline will have to acknowledge this. It has to acknowledge it, and then let's see, check and find out our Jenkins server if it's triggered any build, which is fantastic. So a new build is being triggered. And then we go and find out what the issue is. So this is another build. So let's just give it a while. Let's see what the outcome will be with all the changes that has taken place. Sure. So we'll just wait patiently and you'll see the outcome. So we're at the build stage. So when we go to our Jenkins, realize that we are now in this stage and it's moving to the deploy stage. And it has some conditions and the steps it has to follow. And yeah, and so we are now at the build stage. So let's find out what the outcome will be. So it's building an application for us. So basically, that's it for this code from sound. This to work. When this one's work successfully, then you look at the the demo, bring the demo to an end with the requirement or the request that the client wants us to look at. So it's not only for requirement, but if there are also requests or tickets or issues that have to be resolved with the pipeline, once you have a problem, you can easily go ahead and build your solution, easily deploy. You can deploy it to any environment. It could be production, it could be prod, sorry, production or prod, or it could be testing server. And it's very fast. It's seamless to its. We've looked at it, we have experienced it. So let's just wait for the final deployment. So let's check our console. Let's view what's happening. Oh, the build was successful. It's fantastic. So we've crossed that hurdle. So our port responded, our database is working, and then all the configurations we did is now successful in regards to mapping the host name to the IP address was with regards to opening the ports. So that's good news. So let's just wait and let the application build and deploy. Then we test the application from the app server. So mind you mean that there are two different servers. This is the Jenkins server. Then we also have our app server, which is also running on a different IP address. So this is the Jenkins and this is the app server. We are doing the deployment on the app server. But the Jenkins server is the one that is building everything and will handle the deployment. So that's the agent. Right, so let's wait for a while. Let's see what happens. Do I have a version? Do we have a name? Alright, so we're having an issue. So you say no such file or directory. So we have to find out what the issue is. So outside. So let's see what the problem is. So I try to copy the file website. Okay, so I think it's snapshot. Okay, so the Maven will extract snapshots for us. That's a version, which is perfect. So we don't have to add this. So we will go ahead and leave it for Maven to do that. So it's coming from the POM file. It's coming from our POM file. So that's the version. All right, or better still, to avoid that, we can actually remove this and add a snapshot. But let me even do everything fast. So let's just fix our pipeline. Let's remove what we added here. Let's leave that out. Let's leave that out because it seems we can't find when we add it, the file changes. So let's leave that out. We have an error here. So let's make this jar. Mind you, mind you, me another issue. All right, so I think we are fine now. And this time around, we'll call this fix Jenkins file. So git add, git commit, fix Jenkins file, or fix Jenkins pipeline. We did git push origin master. So we're triggering another build. Right, so it has acknowledged the request. Let's check our Jenkins server again. So far, we've tried 5 deployments. Okay, so it's all been unsuccessful. So let's hope that this one will be successful. Okay, let's go to our console output. It's building. Everything is working. So that's expected. So let's just confirm the final deployment. Okay, so I'm making steady progress. Making steady progress. And we're in the build stage. And the build stage. And it says build is successful. That's confirmed that it had a successful build. And that's very interesting because we've overcome the hurdle of the database issue. So instead of going to install a new database, we didn't have to do that. We just had to point to the one that we already had. Regards to the networking parameters set. Fantastic. So it says success. Oh, we should clap ourselves. It says success. That's fantastic. So what we do now is that it turns green. I like when it turns green. We can just, like, we can actually fix our Jenkins file so you can even throw exceptions. Maybe it's turning green, but it's not really successful. So you can add quality assurance to it. Some quality assurance. So if we come out here, it shows green. If we come to our dashboard too, we have one green process. Add website pipeline. Let's check. Let's go and check. So let's go with the browser client and make a request. So we are going to call service of 192.168.0.197 is the localhost IP, and apps that of the app server is going to be 190. So it's 190, and then the Jenkins server too is on a different IP address too. That's 187. So in a big, probably in a big organization, it won't be on my machine, but it gives you the feel of really working in different environments. So let's go to 190, and then Jenkins is 187. So 190. So 190. And then the port we know is 8085 because we confirmed that. Then we know that we are going to go to show ads. Let's just check for the source code. This time I think I have to add the Swagger documentation. Alright, so let's just check on ad controller. It's show ads. We can even go to the ping first, just to be sure. So let's go to the ping. And the port confirmed to is 8085. Alright, you don't want to check from the app server. No. Let's check from here first. Then let's hit ping. Fantastic. This is good news. So you've been able to successfully deploy our application uh, over Jenkins pipeline, or we've been able to deploy our application with the help of a Jenkins pipeline. So we pass our application through the pipeline. It went successfully into the pipeline and it was able to deliver the software onto the environment specified in our Jenkins file. This is good news. This is good news. This is good news. This is good news. So the client can now view the solution to our problem, show us. Fantastic. And you're also reading the request from the database too as well. Oh, isn't this so lovely? Isn't this so, so lovely? Right, so what we do is that let's check our changes first. I think this one we won't touch this. So we are comfortable that we will no longer touch this. So we can actually close this. We're not touching our Jenkins server. That's fulfilled the request for us. Right, so I just wanted to maximize it. So we will now check. So name has changed, so the client can see it. Copywriting and then that. So the client might even say, hey, you know what? Don't like what I'm seeing. I want to see, let's make another change. Let's add a value to the amount. Let's say it's in dollars, it's in Ghana cedis. So another developer comes and he makes that update. So we will do that in the checkout page. So we've been able to fulfill this. We'll add the mobile money very soon. I just want us to have a feel of the pipeline again. So we now indicate the value or the amount, whether it's in cedis or dollars. So we'll go to we'll search for amount. Okay, there's no amount shown. So let's search for name first because let's go backward. Right, so let's take our time. The label is not showing. So this is the monitor page. Monitor page. Let's check out. This is a check. That has to be our checkout page. I think we made the name. We have to change the title just to check out. That's right. So if there's a checkout page, shows checkout, the ad. Yeah, so we have amount. So we have to search well. Yeah, I always search well. Going forward. So let's just add the text to it. So we want to see input, we have the amount. So we want to give it a label. This is a label for the input column. So it says labels amount. So we want to give it some, let's just add it on top here. So amount, and you just see, later we can change it if we want to. You can just see GC, Ghana cedis. So we made changes now. Alright, so we don't detach the actual value coming from the database, no. Or we didn't store it, in currency, we didn't store the currency, we just store the value. So let's go ahead and let's update this. So we are going to push this requirement to the client. The client has made this request. So we are done, we fixed it. Then we just go ahead from our terminal. We have this our pipeline. We just say git add, git commit. Then we say indicate amount in checkout, indicate currency, checkout form, indicate currency for amount in checkout form, on checkout form. Let's just like, so we do git push origin master. Alright, so git, yeah, so it's pushing our source code fast. That's fantastic. Yeah, so it's done pushing our source code. Let's check our Jenkins server. It acknowledges a request. And let's check our pipeline too as well and see what's going on. So our pipeline is building another request for us. So that's what we are seeing over here. So if you click on the pipeline, it's now going for our set build. It's building and it's building to deploy for us. So we are no longer doing the manual deployment again, whereby we are indicating the Maven clean all the way from here. And then no, we are not doing that, and we are going to deploy the Jenkins file that or the pipeline that we have installed is doing everything for us. So this is what's doing all the work now. It's just doing work. All right, so let's get ready, and as this is getting ready and is deploying, let's fix our payment options. So we want to also have mobile money payments. So far, the only payment we have is cards payment. We don't want to do cards, so we want to have mobile money payments. And that payment model is being done by another developer in the same source code. So the source code is in the repo, we clone it or we fork it, then we do our work and we push it. All right, so what we do is that we are going to get a component. I already have that component. I call it the mobile money component. All right. And it has been built for us. We just come and include it here. So, mobile money. So open file location. Alright, so mobile money. Let me say open with this. Alright, so this is the mobile money section. So we'll copy it. We've built it, and we're going to now we are going to build our component, but because we've already done it, we just fix it. We just plug it in there. So plug it here. So we have cards on top and says cards. Then we just check where we are dropping this. So this for cards. So we bring ours down here. So this for mobile money. Alright, so all we do is that we will let's check the status of our Jenkins build for this. So we can actually I think this is done. So we can actually deploy to another server. So if you had a testing server, you can deploy to our testing server. So what we do is that this one you um I'm trying to I want to deploy to another server. But I'm just thinking about the permissions and other things that will go into that. So I'm just wondering. Right, so you just check this one first. If it's successful, then we'll deploy it on the same server. If not, I'll open another server. That's a dev server. I just have to make sure about my firewall. Yeah, just to prevent all that, I'll just deploy it on the same server. But if you want to deploy it on a different server, you just change the IP address and then the server administration bit that goes into that. You have to go and solve that. Yeah, it has to be going solved. So you just change the IP address. That's all. Just this. And then the user. All you have to change is this. And then the directories. So it's the same principle, but you just change this, change the destination of the deployment. Yeah, nothing else changes. Nothing else changes. So if you want a different server to do the deployment, you can change it here. But if also the other things about the pipeline too, which we haven't discussed, but it's not it's out of scope. So that's just for you to know that if you decide to change it, you can change it from here or here. All this will be made available on my GitHub. And I'll share the link below. So we built our component and then been able to even we have just built it, we haven't yet committed it. So let's check, let's do a check again. And let's check if the changes the client has for has been fulfilled. Voila, so now the client sees the amount in Ghana cedis, which is very good. So that was just straightforward. Now let's add our mobile money option too. So the client has asked for mobile money. So we just go ahead and commit our mobile money source code. So just say git add, say git commit. Then we'll say support mobile money um, payment. Support mobile money payment. Let's commit again. We git push origin list. Right, so we are going to do another deployment. We will commit it and to do the deployment first. So we are running another build. Right, so our pipeline has let's check if it's acknowledging a seventh deployment. Fantastic. So these are 7 deployments you are doing. So just imagine in a day working and a client is expecting request, the number of deployments you can do and how far you can go. Let's be appreciating the DevOps watching. This is very, very interesting. Right, so let's wait for it to deploy, then we'll conclude this confirm. So after this, if you still want more information with regards to Jenkins, the usage of Jenkins, you can actually go and visit their website to find out more. But if you don't want to do that too, you can end it here with this understanding as a developer. But if you want to go into that, you can just go to the Jenkins website and you take your time and look for what you want. So guided tour, then pipeline, create your first pipeline. And you read all about Jenkins, whatever you want to do. All right, so that's that'll be for the Jenkins documentation. So all too soon we've come to the end of our profile and we've understood why we need to have or why the requirement for DevOps culture is is a factor in some recruitment. You've also appreciated the CI/CD principles or development plus operation principles. So it can really expand, it can really expand, it can really expand, it can really expand. So it gives you a nice iterative flow in regards to your code development and release. So my new me is not it's not a game. It's serious business that we are doing over here. So you can actually deploy so that testers can have access. And then aside that too, if anything that regards the smooth operation of the application, so it's all part of DevOps. All right, so that will be it for this code field. So let's just go there. Final response from our deployment is successful to as well. So client is waiting. We go to our endpoint, call our request, and we end it here. So we can actually refresh it from here. I don't want to do that. If you do that, you just see the results. You may not really appreciate it. So you see it's mobile money. But let's go back. Let's choose another product. This time, let's say we are buying the car. And then we see mobile money. And then list all the mobile money. You can pay with mobile money. So we've added this component. All right, guys. This has been so great and lovely understanding DevOps culture. So that'll be for this code field. Stay tuned for more interesting code fields. And after this code field, we're going to look at some very, very important stuff. That we are going to start looking at things like Kubernetes. Before Kubernetes, we have to understand something like Docker. So Docker, then Kubernetes, then we go into Prometheus, we go into Grafana, we look at Loki, look at Tempo, Loki Tempo, then we understand why we need Ansible, then we look at cloud environments, and when we are done with all these modern approaches, we start looking at how to go large scale, availability, reliability, scalability, performance, um, some technology products that are out there. Everything that you can think about when it comes to large scale software development, not just um, small programs, but large scale programs, something like programs like softwares like Amazon.com. What goes into building Amazon.com? What's us? What should we look out for? We've already understood how this one works. Change how your IP address is being detected. If you haven't yet what the code film on IP addresses, you can check that one out. So we want to now go into this and even understand how it knows my IP address and also how it's also giving me support for um, content, or how it doesn't know that this is Ghana with regards to content data centers. We are gradually getting there. All right, guys, so that will be it for this code film. And I want to say thank you so much for sticking with us. And this has been Good Films as usual. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.